I met Trent and talked to him, understanding what his background was within fintech and technology and running 300 to 500 people teams of Google around the globe, former Marine. So I know he was very, cadence driven, very disciplined, expectation, hold accountability. I like that a lot about him, and I really liked his vision. And one of the things that I really enjoy most, and there's a lot of things that I really enjoy about the company, and we'll talk about the company in a moment. You see, Jeremy, you told me to start talking. I'm going to go on for hours here if you don't shut me up.
No, we're good.
Right?
We're good. Keep going.
But I'm trying to give you all kind of an inside view of kind of what goes on and happens inside the company. We've put together a leadership council. John Stahl's on that. John is on that. Ed's on that. And then I got a group that's called The Boys, and that's John Holbrook and Jeremy Jenkins and John Johnson. And I meet with them and bring them up to speed of everything that we're doing and what's going on. We do the same thing with the leadership council, and just really growing to appreciate all the different personalities, all the people there, and all that stuff. But in getting to know Trent, the thing I enjoy most about him, and it's very dissimilar because I've been around a lot of CEOs and a lot of presidents and people that manage companies. And Trent, by far, he has a vision and he has a direction of where the company wants to go in. And the company's made some adjustments as of late. I'm sure you all are probably recognize that, right? A couple of adjustments lately. We can talk about that too if you want to. But when I came to him, I said, look, let me give you my kind of overarching feeling about the company today. I said, you have an amazing group of leaders in the company. You're a small company, but I've never seen so many leaders. I'm talking about leaders. I'm not just talking about people that have been successful in direct sales, but people that have been so successful in doing other things in traditional business too. As I talk to people and hear their backgrounds, you become inspired. It was, all I could think of was, Trent, when this thing really begins to hum, it's going to go. It's really going to go, and it's really going to sink in. And we're going to do some things that other companies maybe have only thought about doing or be able to wish in their head. And I sat with him, and Jeremy, it's okay if I'm brutally honest here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I want to kind of give this group, you're kind of on the insider information here, and I'm trying to, you're not a bunch of prospects, so I want to kind of share some of the inner components.
It's a leadership call.
Yeah, right. I get it. I went to Trent and I said, so this is just my viewpoint. I said, I love your TBS. It's a great plan, and man, the way that they put this together and the income that, when you look at Melaleuca and other direct sales companies that have been highly successful with a 3x10 force matrix like we have, there's some great things that are going to happen. And and I love the bonuses that have been put into play. I said, but just one person's opinion. I said, people are inspired to enroll 3 and then they can stop. They're not inspired to go beyond 3 because once they enroll 3, they're earning 10 levels deep. And if you're going to build only in a matrix, we're going to find people that say, hey, I'm going to join this business, but I got to make money today. I got to show me how to go make 5,000 this month. How do I go? How can I go make, if I had to, 10,000 this month? How can I be to 10 or 15,000 a month in 90 days? How do I do that? And it was really tough trying to show people because of the dynamics of what a matrix is. And there's a lot of advantages, but there's also some things that you need to think about. So in every kind of a compensation plan, you got some strengths, you got some weaknesses, and who do you want to be, right? And I kind of felt like there were some ways in which we could, what if we could take our existing plan, and what if we could overlay on top of that a way in which to create a lot of excitement and energy on the front end, where fear of loss, I've got to get in now, I'm running it this hard, they're creating activity, people are enrolling, people are making money, they're adding to the TBS. Because the good news is that it only costs $50 to be active in the business each month. The bad news, it only costs $50 to be active each month in the business. And typically you need some of that money on the front end where you can reward people income-wise rather quickly. And if there's no money to pull from on the front end, it's a very slow growth on the front, right? So the good news was that we were doing 50. The hard news was there wasn't a way in which to do a lot of promotions, to put a lot of money on the front end of the plan, to be able to incentivize people to do the proper activities, to continue to recruit, develop, build, and train, and be able to go do all those things, those kinds of things. But then I thought, what if there's a way to do some leadership? So how do we reward leadership on the back end also? We've got the TBS, which is a great reward, but what are some other ways? So we want to, I thought, hey, what do we do about, creating a generational pay, meaning you can earn incomes on hundreds or thousands of active levels within your TBS or within your personal enrollment network, right? And you can do that rather quickly. And then I'm talking to Ed Terranova, and man, if you've ever talked to Ed is just like, comp plan, bing, bing, bing. I mean, things are just coming out, right? And I got this weekly call with Ed and Jon, and they're throwing stuff out. And I said, this is kind of some of these weaknesses, I think. And man, they're like throwing things that are out there, right? And then I meet with Jeremy. He talks about, hey, some of his background and what he's done and kind of some of the things he saw, and then, when you hear, Jana, you just can't help but be impressed. I remember the first time I met Scotty, I was online on a business presentation. I snuck on the back. Nobody knew I was there. And Jana was talking, and it was just like, man, she's somebody. She gets it. I mean, she just had this way about her, and really further enforced, all these quality people we have in our business, and I know some of her background, and we talked a little bit, and I was inside, and I talked to Dave Dove, and I talked to Richard Smith, and talked to Troy, and, we really came back with a compensation plan, an enhancement component that a lot of people had input in. Some people in the field, some people in corporate, but I think we've been able to develop an enhanced compensation plan that just throws fire on the front end of this thing. I mean, anytime you can enroll somebody and help them get their 3, and you earn $100 a month passive income, if they have their 3 every month thereafter, then I'm going to pay a second, third level to $25 on all the power 3s that are built down below there also. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. Then the generational pay. Then you add in the TBS income when you begin to do stuff like that. Or you say, look, here's what you're going to do. You enroll 3 who help 3 get 3, and help those 3 get 3. Okay, I'm going to do 3, help them get their 3, help them get their 3. That's over $2,000 a month income. If you just stopped right there, that's all you did. That's $2,000 a month in income. So what if you enrolled 5? What if you did 7? What if you did 10? Why do I want to stop at 3? How do I incentivize somebody to go beyond 3? How do we do that, right? Well, we did that by creating this elite comp plan that we laid on top of it. It says you can participate in the TBS. Nothing changes. 50 a month. Here's right here. It's a go to town. If you want to go eat at this next level, though, right? It's 175 of qualifying volume, but it's you and it's all your fans. All the combined volume together get to 175 and get 3, and it's free. So you're still getting 3, and you get power 3. So you still got that going on, right? So now we have to go look at is, not everybody wants to purchase Financial Academy, right? Because we're saying we have this $50 package right here. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then we say it's 175 in qualifying volume. Well, right now we have Financial Academy. So the objective is that when this enhanced plan launches, there are multiple other packages. Right now, there's 2 different health and wellness packages the company looks to come out with. So if you want to play at that next level up, you can get Financial Academy. You can purchase this health and wellness package, or you can purchase this health and wellness package right here. So you've got options. You don't have to only do Financial Academy. There are some people that are having great success with Financial Academy, but for some people, it's a little intimidating. It's playing out there in the market, and they're just not comfortable with it. And that's okay. I mean, I quickly found out how brilliant Wayne Young is when I heard him talking about his trading and what he's done in the background. And a couple of times I talked to him about Financial Academy, and it's like, this dude knows what he's doing, man. I mean, I'm telling you, he's a sharp investor, and he gets all this. And I thought I was pretty smart till I got around Wayne, and then I heard what Wayne's doing. It's like, okay, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm not the dullest, but Wayne's one of the sharp ones for sure, you know. And he was helping us kind of put it together and figure some things out in the Financial Academy and those kinds of things. But it's not for everybody. So hey, we understand that. So when you look at this overarching, this North Star, who do we want to be when we grow up, right? Well, we know that we want to create a community of like-minded people that have aligned core values. But the North Star is we're going to launch, and I hate this because I feel like we're always saying, and you're going to see, and you're going to find out, and you're going to hear about, you know, and I'm going to apologize for it, but then I'm not, because we made some adjustments that's really going to put some fire into this thing that I'm really excited about. There's a e-commerce platform that's being built right now. And I'm going to say, you're going to see it within 4 weeks to 8 weeks, and I'll leave it at that. Our objective is to be one of the world's largest e-commerce platform providers that aggregates tens of thousands of other businesses into the e-commerce platform. So as you go around the globe, there's tens of thousands of businesses already on that platform that as you buy product and service, I'm going to incentivize you. If you're a customer, I'm going to incentivize you to go to that e-commerce site because I'm going to give you money back or other incentives that want to make you go there. Number two, we're going to be extremely competitive. And number three, for you that are building sales organizations, we're going to reward you every time somebody goes in and buys something off that e-commerce site. A little piece of that sale is going to go trigger right back into your sales organization. And on top of all that, we got this thing called TBS. We got this thing called team building bonus on the front end of this enhanced plan. There's leadership bonus on the back end. And then there is this global bonus pool that we put into play. As the company right now, near term, is focusing into health and wellness and financial wellness. And health and wellness can split out into about 5 or 6 different areas. When I say health and wellness, it's easy to say, oh, that's a nutritional product. It's really much more than that. Yeah, there's some options there, but it goes way beyond just that. The same thing with financial wellness. You're going to see us branch into a number of different pillars because don't forget, we're this participation marketplace, right? And everything on that participation marketplace falls into this e-commerce site. But our objective is to be one of the globe's largest aggregators, which is putting new business into that site. Every time they make a purchase, you're making a piece of that sale. Except we're going to be agnostic too. What I mean by that is that we're not going to say, hey, we're going to go find this whole line of nutrition, and then we're going to private label it, say rNetwork nutrition. Who am I to say we're the best in class with nutrition? Who are we? I can go get a couple of doctors and say rNetwork and our nutrition it rocks, it's the best, it's there ever, and and then we're going to do the same thing with financial services. Then we're going to go do the same thing with a bunch of other areas, and we're the best at everything. You got to come here, right? It doesn't work that way. There are companies out there that have amazing brands. So our focus is as we bring things into the e-commerce site, we're going to be agnostic. We're going to keep those same brands. Many brands that maybe you know and recognize, or you can go online and dig and look at the quality, because the bottom line is that we're not going to sacrifice quality for anything that we do. And you're going to see numerous lines that are available in there that we have a lot of information for you, buying at a very competitive price. And when we put together these packages, the objective of a package is, yeah, you can buy these products off of the e-commerce site individually, or you can buy this package, and this package is already like a 15 or 20% discount. Okay, don't hold me to the number, but like that discount, there's value in that where you're getting the discount. And I'm able to do that because maybe those are some of the higher margin products that can go give you a deal. And then all of a sudden, as you get that, now you're qualifying for the different components of the plan. Or you go into the plan and you can buy whatever you be able to need and add up the volume, and you can qualify buying your volume off the e-commerce site. And don't forget, now as fans, and you're going to now see some things that are going to come online when that e-commerce site comes online, ways that we're going to incentivize somebody to really become a fan. And how do you draw that fan into the e-commerce site? How do you drip on them? How do you get them to come back? And the volume that they do counts for you. So when we say you need 50 in volume a month, you could get there just because a fan purchased $50 in volume in a month. Now you're active. You can get there that way. So we're going to help you build a fan base. And building a fan base, the best way to do it isn't, well, here, it's for free. Just come on board. So you're going to see stuff like, let me give you for example. What if I charge somebody $9.95 to be a fan? But what if I give them $25? What if I give them $25 in credit every month when they start the month? Now they're more than flush. Now they got a deal. Now there's a reason why they want to go back. Now I'm going to drip on them and I want to pull them back, right? There are some other things that we can do also to help to create a fan base for you and engaging a fan base for you, helping them buy. And by the way, we're going to drip on them to become charter members. And if they do, they're your charter member. They're frontline to you. They belong to you. And when they get their 3, there's your $100 a month in passive income because you're already your P3 and they're going to get their P3 and they're going to all roll through this. So we're trying to put together this coordinated effort between here's this significant comp plan enhancement that's really going to drive income, drive the business, drive activity on the front end of the plan. This global e-commerce site that's coming online that we want to be able to take around the globe. And then today we have this $50 charter member product, right? We have a product, Jeremy, that I'm talking to you and to John about tomorrow. And I've had the chance we've had the chance of giving some insight into our leadership council, which is a group of 10 people. And, we opened up the hood, had a lot of great conversations last week, which we're going to share, Jeremy, tomorrow, and some other stuff with the group, some of that stuff. Some of the feedback that we got when we put that out there was, oh my gosh, I have never been more excited about our network. To now I can run through walls again. And Ed, you know what I'm talking about. Jana, John, you've seen, back and forth between that group and some of the stuff that's there. And there's something real serious that's coming that we're working on that we're hoping that you're going to see relatively soon. And it is significant. We're putting it into that $50 pack. We're not charging you for it. And when you look at it on a worst case scenario, the sucker bleeds $200 in value, I think. And there are people that spend over $1,000 for that product just up front and hundreds of dollars a month and even more than that. And we're giving it to you free as a value add. And by the way, it's open in every single country. We're opening around the globe. It's in language and it's in currency around the globe. And we're dropping that in. It gives immediate validation to that $50 product. I don't care, Jeremy, with all your people across South America and in Mexico, for example, or some of you have, people in Nigeria, others of you, I know I've talked to them in Germany and France and Sweden and Philippines and, some new people I was just talking to over in Australia. We're there. We have now internationalized that $50 product where across the globe, the sucker has value. And then again, the e-commerce site and then the packages and those things come on. I would love so bad that we could just close our eyes and reopen them again and be 60 days from now, because it is a whole different world that's out there. I see that the product roadmap. I see what's coming and what's being created. I see some other ways in which we're going to be able to substantially increase that around the globe. India, we will be open receiving money probably in 24 hours from now. India will be done and open, and receiving money back and forth.
Yes.
And it's been a long time coming, and that's going to be open. And they've got 2 products that are there right now, and they've got another 2 or 3 that we're working really hard on that we've been looking at to give them 4 or 5 different products. Financial Academy will be opened up into India relatively soon. The whole thing will be in Hindi also. And, they have their own track to run on and their own sense of excitement. And there's some ways in which sales is getting together with marketing. I don't know how many of you know, so all of you know who Roger Taylor is, but until you really get to know the guy, he's passionate about everybody. He wants greatness for everybody. He has no ego whatsoever. He wants to work as a team. He wants to be part of something really big. And he loves the relationships that he's built in this company. And the guy, I believe he's a tremendous chief marketing officer. He ran marketing for NASCAR in the States for many years. You got a whole lot of personalities involved with that, and that thing stretches all across the country. He did an amazing job there, and he's just wonderful. Trent Muhlstein, Troy. Troy's our chief commercial officer, and he's really kind of the gatekeeper, because every time we want to do something with the compensation plan or whatever, you give it to Troy, and man, that's like, it's like pulling teeth, man. He just is. He gets it. He's the gatekeeper. He's very precise. He's very diligent in what he's doing and things that he does. He just is a tremendous asset. Kevin, who works in, he's one of the founders also, super successful background, and has come in and really found a way to be very successful in our company and be of a great talent in helping the company move in many different directions. And then, Richard is, there are a few that are as good as Richard in the front of the room and what he can project out there and get people excited and motivated. And, he and Troy were the original developers of the compensation plan, and they did just a great job in setting the company up, and they've had great success in the industry. And, we've got people in this company that have a lot of global experience. My background, other than the last 2 years, 7 of the last 10 years, I spent more time out of the U.S. than I did in the United States. I've lived around the globe. I've opened up countries in every major continent around the globe. I love traveling, and I love all the people that I've met. Got a lot of contacts, a lot of connections to help us grow, build, and develop much faster around the globe. And you're going to begin to watch us become much more internationalized. I don't want to go real fast internationally though, because there's so much building that we need to do in the United States. The last thing I want to do is incentivize you to get on an airplane and fly somewhere else, when just driving down the street, you can walk down the street and talk to 1,000 people, and every single one of them will tell you, I never heard our network before. None of them ever heard about us, right? But in the next 30, 45 days, we're going to give you plenty to go talk to people about, because there's stuff that's coming, and it's coming online, and it's going to come quick, and it's going to be quite exciting. And again, Trent, and so get this. So Saturday, Trent and Roger called me on the phone, because Trent was on this. No, I'm sorry, they could have called me Friday. Trent and Roger Trent was on the leadership council call that we did Thursday, and they got done, and we went in, and I did an overlay of what this new product was. And then people were just like going bonkers. Jenna, am I right? It was what actually I had to come back to, because you had to get off the call early because you had another team call, right? But Eddie, you were there. Hey, when it's pretty noticeable when Ed Terranova gets excited. He doesn't hold back, man. And Stahl was there, man. It was cool seeing the excitement level. Well, what happened was they were all so excited. They were communicating in this discussion group we have in WhatsApp, and then a couple of them began to fire off emails to Trent. And then Jenna did this one really great email that you sent over to Trent, Then Trent forwarded it to myself and Roger and Troy. Very well put together, Jana. Thank you. But everybody's sharing the personal passion they had for what we were talking about. And I get this call from Roger and Trent and go, okay, John, look at it. Something was said when I got off the call. I don't know what I said. All I did, I presented out what we said that we were going to launch and what we're going to do and the sales strategies behind it. And they were talking, and I said, look, I said, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, there's an elephant in the room here. And the elephant in the room is I kind of get what you're implying. You're implying that that there's kind of a conspiracy here, or I did something at the end. I said, look, here's what y'all got to do. Y'all got to now take each one of you individually. You got to put something together and shoot it to Trent and share your excitement level and why, And I said, there was none of that. And he kind of chuckled. He said, John, I got it. When all this information firing at me, he goes, I did kind of think that, okay, you had done something, but then I thought, no, John wouldn't do that. And, of course I didn't. But he's talked to some of you individually, and it's just like, just the pure passion that you all have, right? And then Janet sends that letter over, and a few more of you send some stuff on the social media site. And then Ed's kind of posting some stuff on there too. Doggone it, he called me on Sunday. John, dude, just be honest with me. Tell me, are you revving this group up? And I said, Trent has got as my interest. This is all on their own. They're excited. They're motivated. They can't wait for that new product. And by the way, and they're, like everybody, over the moon on this e-commerce site when that comes online, and then the enhanced compensation plan. But this product was just like, I said, so he was kind of, I said, Trent, honest, I'm not feeding you, I'm not baiting you. This is their pure enthusiasm. And I'm sharing that with you because you know what? We got our ducks lined up now. We figured this thing out. We know what we want to do. We know we want to go launch it. And I believe coming into January, and this stuff's going to be out before January. We're going to get through the holidays, but I believe that we're going to come out in January, and we're something new, something different. We're that new darling of the industry. We're going to take this thing by storm with that front end and the e-commerce site and some of the new products and services that we have to on launch and what we're doing, and a few other surprises yet that we have under the hood yet. I'm telling you, you will not recognize this company in the next 90 days. In the next 60 days, I'm going to blow your mind. I was on a hour and a half planning call today with technology, who's presenting out everything that they're doing in their programming. We've got some third party that are doing some things for us also, just because there's just so much that's going on, and communicating back into marketing and the messaging and getting everything created and developed from a video and from a brochure perspective and social media and then announcement and how we're going to go do this. And there's a lot going on, and I'm very proud of this team because there's a lot of moving pieces right now. And there's not a lot of time left, no one wants to be to cry on their shoulder, because the soonest I left my office last week was 9:30 p.m. and most nights were like 10:45 or 11. Other than my wife, like, what are you doing? It's just, you strike when the iron's hot, and it's going and it's happening. And I know a lot of you got a lot invested here, a lot, in more than I know, because I've been here for 3 months. But you know what? It's going to pay off. It's going to go pay off big. And I'm so excited for all of you. I'm so proud to be part of this group, and I'm so appreciative because I'm really looking forward to enjoying the journey that we all do together. It's okay if we all make a lot of money. It's okay if we all have built some huge organizations around the globe, because here's the reality. If you knew there was something there, imagine creating a business for your children's children's children. That's a legacy. That's a legacy. This isn't about making a pop. This is about creating a legacy. When you look at your children and what's a legacy that you can leave for them? I know that I would love for my family, my parents, to left me a piece of some kind of a business that I could go in and contribute and be part of, and to build and do those kinds of things. And that's what we're doing, because you've got the right people that are in. Take me out of the equation, because maybe I'm biased towards me, right? But if you take a look at Trent and Roger and Troy and Kevin and Richard and other key people that are involved in the company, our CFO is like off the chart. we just interviewed for a chief operating officer, and it's like, oh my hell, excuse my language. It's like, this person is like Mach 4 off the chart, super intelligent, gets it there, understands it, has a great relationship with Trent from prior business too. And the guy he's ecstatic to become part of our business and what we're doing. This is really coming together real strong, and it's really exciting. So, Jeremy, I'm gonna be quiet. You gave me 30. I've gone 45.
No,
But just
fine.
kind of a lot of storytelling tonight. But hopefully you found some value and some of the insights and what we're doing and happening. But it's a great group of people to work with. But it's just like each one of you, amazing group of people to work with, and looking forward to completing some near-term, intermediate, and long-term successes with each one of you.